Hello and welcome back to LEGO City Undercover. This is BioEnchanted, and today we are actually starting a fairly interesting part of the game. That's interesting the first time through, but when we're playing the level later for any missed stuff, it will be a bit tedious. But you'll see what we mean in a few minutes when we actually get to that. For now, we have a new kind of collectible I want to get.
Oh, hey there, Frank.
Well, fucking up platforming there.
Been promoted!
What? Wait, who by?
Sheriff Huckleberry. He's made me head of tree-related crime.
Ah. Are people stealing a lot of trees?
Not since I've taken over. So, what you up to?
No, the usual. Actual police work. I'm just going undercover for Vinny as a fireman.
Aren't you already undercover? So, now you're undercover? Whoa!
I'm going to get one of the fire department's boats for Vinny.
Oh?
And once I've taken it to Vinny, he's gonna go see Rex, and I'll follow him.
Okay, Chase. As long as you're not stealing any trees.
No, Frank. Speak later.
Aye aye! Over and out!
These can be somewhat fun, although also a little annoying. First of all, you need to find the right audio scanner points.
That was the best holiday ever! The sun, the sea, the sand, it was just perfect.
Yeah.
I'll be showing off all of the optional
Anyway,
ones for
I'm
these
sorry
ones
you
because
missed
they're
the
easy to
flight.
get
I
to.
had to sleep in the airport for a
Such a
fortnight
nice
because
person.
I had the house keys. But look, I brought you a t-shirt.
They're all pretty funny, so I figured I'd show them off this
Have
time.
you anything to declare? No. Your luggage doesn't contain any illegal fruit or vegetables? Nope. You got me. There might be an elephant in there.
I'll get a smooth.
I like how casual that guy is.
Would a Mr. Gareth Stinky please report to the departure lounge? You aren't late for your flight. We just wanted to ask you if that's your real name.
Hello, this is Captain Edward Hawthorne, and I'll be your bus driver for today. We'll be cruising to the other side of the terminal at a height of 0 feet. Our journey time is expected to be just under 3 minutes, and the weather at our destination is exactly the same as it is here. In the event of any turbulence, simply fasten your seatbelts until I remember how to drive stick shift.
I need to do some shopping.
Hey!
That was just ambience, that wasn't one of those.
You've been away too long. How was your holiday?
Oh, man, you know how they say a change is as good as a rest? It is true. Spending a year in Brick County Jail instead of Albatross Island Prison really recharged my batteries.
That's great, man. So, have you got any gifts for us in your bag there?
No idea. I just stole this off the luggage carousel.
Nice. Ooh, and that gives me an idea. How about we head over to the airport cargo sheds and take some stuff?
Sheesh. Straight back to work, huh?
These are fairly interesting. You have to first of all make your way to the marker in the time limit, which can be quite tricky at times because sometimes it puts you right far across the map from the marker with like a 30-second timer, at which point you have to jump into a car to make it. But for the most part, you have just enough time on foot, so it's not too bad. It's just a couple of times where they give you too tight of a time limit to comfortably make it. And those ones I find a bit overly stressful, but these are fairly neat though in their own way. They're police work as opposed to the thievery we've been mostly doing.
Come on! There's gotta be some
Because a lot of the collectibles are break and enter. It's about time Chase actually does his actual job.
It's a cop! Get him!
When you get to the actual point, you end up fighting 5 standard guys. I believe very in difficulty, but for the most part, they're fairly simple fights.
Stop!
And then the last one always flees.
Keep running after you!
But that's kind of trivial to tidy up. And that's a new kind of collectible, Gangs Arrested. Most of those you find from rooftops, along with another kind of collectible that I haven't shown off yet. That's the most annoying kind for me.
Oh, hey there, Frank.
But let's just cut back here, because it's where we need to be.
Promoted!
we'll just ignore the plots because we've already heard this, and
Sheriff Huckleberry.
this has just been making sure the marker would actually appear for the actual thing.
Are people stealing a lot of trees?
Not since I've taken over. So, what you up to?
No, the usual. Actual police work.
So let's just get
I'm just
where we
going
actually need to
undercover
get
for Vinny
to.
as a fireman.
Aren't you
Which is
already
around there, as you can
undercover?
see, there was a fire department right over there.
Now you're undercover, undercover. Whoa.
I'm going to get one of the fire department's boats for Vinny.
Oh?
And once I've taken it to
Yeah,
Vinny,
here I realised it
he's
would
gonna
take
go
way
see
too long
Rex,
to get a car,
and
so
I'll
walking would
follow.
actually be faster.
Okay, Chase. As long as you're not stealing any trees.
No, Frank. Speak later.
Aye, aye. Over and out.
I like the design of the fire department. It's very grand, which fits the size of the city fairly well.
Head on in.
And here we are, a new level. Hot property. This level, again, is fun the first time through, but gets tedious on repeats.
Okay, recruit, what is your name?
Pete. Peterson, sir.
Right, Pete Peterson. Being a fire officer is all about team effort. Team effort! Isn't that right, McGurky?
What?
Don't help him. It means knowing what your fellow officer is thinking. What is my favorite flavor of cake, Pete Peterson?
Chocolate?
Even the new recruit knows! Ah! Well then, Pete Peterson, we'd better start your training. What are you doing, man? I haven't given you any instructions yet.
Sorry, I got a little excited.
Fire extinguishers are not toys. They are not to be played with. Follow me over here. Whee! This is Officer Lopez Delgado.
Hola.
He'll give you your basic training. I've got to write a talk on the importance of buying the right flavor of birthday cake.
All right, Pete, is it? This is wonderful. First of all, we'd better get you looking like a fire officer, hadn't we, huh? There is a shiny new uniform in the middle garage. If you can get the door open.
I guess I just
The
pulled
main problem with
lever?
this level's replays is that Officer
Yeah,
Delgado
that would've been
speaks
too
way
easy.
too much. And the entire level, pretty much, at least this first half, are unskippable tutorials for the mechanic we'll be unlocking here, which is a big pain. But at least the first time through, the tutorials make sense to be there. So I don't really mind it on the initial playthrough of the game. It's more just when you're actually going through it for the miss collectibles and stuff, you just end up having to go through this entire first area again. And it's... Well, it's fun enough in the first replay, when you know what's coming and how much of it's actually pointless in the scheme of things, it's kind of a tedious thing to replay. Because unlike other levels, you can't really sequence break it, because it doesn't let you do anything until you can actually do it. But let's paint this door and get in there to get this lever started, activated, there's the word, and find our firefighter's outfit.
Well, don't
It's
you
bulky,
look
but does a good job
bright
as a
as a
detective.
button. Okay, we're going to start things out nice and easy. Oh no! Look! A raging inferno has erupted. Oh, if only someone could put out the
And yeah, the
fires
water blast's pretty powerful, can break
extinguisher.
stuff.
That's great! Well done! Well done! Wait a minute! That door is shut. Oh, and an innocent valve handle is trapped behind it. Oh, look here. A fire axe. Do you think you could somehow use this axe to get through that door?
The only thing is, there's no breaks between his hints. He's always talking. Initially, it's like, fine, use a fire axe to open the door, but then it's just like, surely you have something. And it's so annoying.
Comrades has accidentally turned their hose pressure up too high. But who could help him? Who might have some kind of valve? Yes, you see where I'm going with this? Some kind of
Yes, we see Delgado. Chill.
All right, you lasted ages. That's gotta be a record.
Muy bien. You made short work of that, didn't you? Let us go to the next area, shall we? What excitement could await us in there?
And now we've unlocked his capture tokens, so that's fun. Luckily, at least when you're playing as him, he has no dialogue because it's just the usual silent protagonist of the game punching stuff, so... I say silent, but you know what I mean. Doesn't talk in context of the gameplay. Outside of... Oh, you know what I mean. Just to reskin is what I mean, of course. But there we go, that's the first part of that got. And a lot of these tutorials, you might notice, are actually not going to ever be used again, like particularly this one in particular.
Am I not the most excellent actor? Now, tell these other officers which way to carry the trampoline, so you can catch your stranded friends. Go left!
This mechanic makes sense for this level, but it never appears in the entire game again. So it's completely pointless to be here. It's more just there for narrative, because of course you need to learn how to use the nets. But you never actually need to use the nets, ever. They never actually come up again outside this level. So all this actually is wasted time. This is why I have such a problem with this level. It's just fairly... it feels like a lot of wasted time. Alongside Delgado never shutting up, it can be kind of irritating to play through.
Stop! Geronimo! And that is the last one. Well done.
And there's one coming up that's a similar problem. But while the guy's a worse voice, he's at least quieter.
But not for these. Yes.
And he at least stops talking every now and then.
Are they not? Say hello to my massive
Yes, they
friend.
are.
Hop onto one of them.
But you make so many jokes, Delgado, none of them are sticking.
Excellent. The water cannon can squirt a lot higher than your extinguisher can. That's half
Yes,
of them.
Delgado, we can see that.
You, Officer Awesome.
But yeah, we actually can't reach all of them. We can reach 7 of them from one thing, but not all 9. So we have to go to the other one to finish things off. Which at least prevents him feeling completely pointless.
And there you go. That wasn't so hard, was it? Oh, quickly! A most urgent situation has arisen.
What is it?
Oh, you're acting again, aren't you?
Yes. Our station mascot, Admiral Pom Pom Muggins III, has become trapped on a ledge.
You want me to rescue a cat?
Oh, yes. Now you will truly learn what it is to be a fire officer in Lego City. To rescue cats is our highest calling, because they're usually on top of buildings. But first, you will need some way to get up to him.
Yeah, you only actually need the fire thing outfit for those 3 things specifically. The cats, the boarded up door that we've already seen, and putting out any fires we see. So at least most of what we learned is actually useful. It's just that trampoline thing took way too long for how little it was used.
Then, once Vinny's got the boat, I can follow him to Rex.
Quickly, hurry! It's almost time for Admiral Pom Pom's nap.
Is this why there was a stinky fish in the pocket of my uniform?
Yes. Also, in case you get hungry.
Ugh.
At least we're closer and closer to the cat now, so it won't take too much longer for us to get there. This is just quite an intense climb. So let's just blast open this door. Head across and up one more floor. And we'll, whoops!
Admiral Pom Pom took over from our previous mascot, Commander Claus. And believe me, Commander Claus earned his name. He was quite the contract negotiator.
Although I do like that gag, that's cute. I want to meet Commander Claus. So here is an interesting little mechanic. It's fairly cute. These little explosive carts. I had to remember how to actually control just now, but it's not difficult getting it there in time. It's there. I had plenty of time to remember how to control those things. But here we are. You may have heard cats meowing beforehand, like when I was going for that one red brick on top of the toy store. Yeah, that's the main collectible that firemen do.
Okay, well, we're all done here. I'll see you inside for the chief's birthday party. There's lots of food!
But we'll see that when it comes time to actually start doing them.
Wow! They've done this place up really nice. Huh. Maybe if we did the same for Dunby's birthday, he wouldn't be such a grumpy pants.
Yeah, I don't think that collectible's going to help, is it, breaking all of his presents? Probably going to make things worse.
Hey, JC, how you settling into your new job?
Good, but I'm gonna have to get the fire chief out of his office so I can open the door to the boathouse.
I'm sure you won't disappoint me, kid. The last person who disappointed me bought the farm, you know?
You mean?
Yeah, even after I told him it was a terrible investment. Anyway, don't sweat the fire chief thing. You'll figure it out, kid. Everybody has a weakness.
As like just how understanding Vinny is as far as criminals go. Also, I quite like the bought the farm joke. It's a resurgence of the whole innocent thing framed in a way that sounds sinister, but it's a cute one. And I think it's my favourite joke of his as well. And yeah, it's kind of arbitrary. It's just do the right-hand treadmill to get Charlotte. That was a weird one. It's not even like do all the treadmills and get a count up or whatever. It just gives it to you for doing one treadmill. It feels very weird, that one.
Unless you want your first day to be your last. Right. I guess I'm done with work for today. I should have brought a book with me.
I like the people's reactions though to when you actually do that kind of thing. I'm breaking something they're actually using, and they're just like, well, that's me done. It's a cute reaction.
Who would have thought being a firefighter would involve so much paperwork?
Not me. There are like 100 different forms just for rescuing cats.
I know. Speaking of which, do you have a 37B? It's the one for short-haired tabby cats up an oak tree.
Sorry, we're all out. I've got one for a long-haired, green-eyed Persian with a foul temper on top of a traffic signal if you like.
Nah.
Here's me making a minor mistake as well. I go a little out of order here. Because of course it's unwise to break into his office while he's in there. But then I'd kind of forgotten the sequence of events for now.
No way, I'm busy.
But I kind of remembered what I need to do here.
It's no good. I can't beat it. The heads keep spinning and I can't aim my extinguisher straight.
I had the exact same problem, which is kinda worrying, seeing as we're meant to be firefighters.
You know, Chief Burns is such a party pooper.
Yeah, just because we got him the wrong kind of cake.
And blew out the candle before him.
And opened some of his presents.
And congratulated him on his 50th birthday when he's only 40.
And got him a Mother's Day card instead of a birthday one.
And got his name wrong on it. I mean, what's wrong with that?
He is so touchy.
Yeah, it's not just the cake, it's been a disastrous birthday for him, so of course he's in kind of a bad mood.
But only when they're facing you.
Hey,
there we go, that's a weird part of the level.
Well done, man.
That is outstanding.
What's going on out there?
And you can't advance till you've done that as well. You have to play that carnival game.
I better not see anyone
because you have to get him out of his office. We've got 5 million, so we don't need those. Let's redo that part now with the platforming. Get right back across there again.
Burns' office.
Almost. I got up on top of the light fitting outside it, but I couldn't make the jump to his office.
Huh. What if we brought in a hang glider?
I'd so be up for that.
That puzzle actually stumped me a bit as well for a while when I first played this game, figuring out the whole chicken thing. I don't know why it took me so long to work that out, but it did. But here we are. Time to break into his safe and finally get the key for downstairs. Like classic fireman's pole. And now we're at the part of the level where things can go a little bit quicker, because you're not nearly as railroaded in this part of the level. So if you don't need to do everything, because you've already done some of the collectible stuff, then you can just kind of skip what you can, and just get through as quick as you can. It's not as bad as the first part of the firefighters thing, which is just endless tutorials.
Time to find this boat and sail it away.
Well, not endless, they ended, but you know what I mean. This is quite a complex puzzle, though, for what you need to do and how much backtracking there is and all that. It's a very oddly laid out level in general. Of course, you can't go through there with the chicken hang glider yet because the fans all blows away. So we need to figure out ways to stop them. While also putting out these fires that make most of the firefighters' collectibles in these upcoming levels. So let's get through this box. And another pointlessly multi-story puzzle. So we can get the explosives. Yeah, this puzzle is a House of Jack build puzzle. There's so many different layers to it that are completely unnecessary. But really just serve to pad out the entirety of the game and make you cycle through a bunch of costumes. It seems like it's there trying to add variety, but it just feels like padding, to be honest. And a few of the later levels have that problem where they're like, oh, here's a puzzle you have to use every single costume to solve, and I'm just like, why do I have to use every single costume to solve it? I know it's to make sure every costume gets its fair share of being used, but that's what the collectibles are for. So it just ends up feeling kind of forced, as it is. But yeah, now we can actually use the chicken glide to get past this little ledge.
Hey, Chase.
That was a close one, I almost screwed that up. We can also make a little backtracking shortcut thing, like we never need it.
Over here, Chase.
Probably just in case you missed one of the flaming barrels if you didn't realise so just now they were collectible.
How did you guys get in here?
We swam.
He swam. I used the back door because I'm not a simpleton.
Oh, man. I just went through basic training to get in here.
And it's a good thing you did, because we're stuck on this side of the fence.
Yeah. And we can't open that big door to get the boat out of here.
Leave it to me.
Like we have a choice.
I like him.
I actually quite like that it comes back to the whole, oh, I had to go the long way round, but there was a shortcut this whole time, but this time, unlike the mining level, where it's like, you know, there's an elevator, like, no. This time, the long way was actually necessary to get us on the right side of the fence, because it's too high security to just sneak in. I thought that was interesting. It's almost like a sort of a bookend, but not quite. So that's our main way across, is that mattress, to get back. So let's use it. Once I've finished making sure of something, there we go. I was just making sure that the things down here were also collectibles. They're not, but I just wanted to confirm that before I actually left. So let's follow this trail of studs, as the other games have had before when it comes to in-game vehicles. And actually completes a shield for a change. That's nice. We actually have enough powers at this point. We can actually complete most of a level in the first run through at this point. Which is quite interesting and quite good design, because now it's like, now you can just kind of finish most of a thing, and only have to come back for one or two things, which definitely helps the level feel late game. As opposed to having everything being hidden behind a power-up you can only get right at the end of the game, which would just make it feel tedious.
What you think that little joystick does?
Don't know. Try moving it.
Whoa! It don't do nothing. See?
Whoa! Wait! Whoa! Just leave it alone then.
Whoa!
I like that cutscene, that's pretty cute. I honestly don't know what the costumes thing actually does. But we also have both character tokens as well. So yeah, the only thing we're really missing in that level is 2 vehicles. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, it definitely feels like a game that we can get that much stuff in one pass. Yeah. And 3 gold bricks for all troubles as well. Luckily it drives this boat for us as well, so we don't have to drive all the way around to the underground tunnel.
Hey, great stuff, Chasey.
Nah, it was nothing.
I want you to know you're my go-to guy now. I really trust yous.
Aw, thanks, Vinny.
And now I can finally get that private buyer off my case. Time to arrange a meeting. I'll be in touch afterwards.
Where's he gonna go from there? That's a dead end.
Fury. What could go wrong?
I told
We'll
you
see
I'd
what
trust
can
you
go
to find my
wrong.
dad, Chase. Don't you trust me?
What? I'm kinda...
Look, I know you've got cops keeping tabs on me.
You do? I mean, what? I haven't arranged anything like that. I have somewhere I need to go, Natalia.
Don't pretend, Chase. I'm at the hospital, and I can see them watching me from across the road.
What do they look like?
Well, really smartly dressed for cops. They're wearing black suits, and they're standing by an unmarked black van and a limousine. They're not cops, are they?
I don't think so.
And now they're coming towards the hospital. Chase?
Yes?
Help!
Natalia? Natalia? Really? This again?
I like how madly annoyed he is at having to save her again, but there we go. Now we have our plot hook for the next section of the game, save Natalia at the hospital from Rex Fury's goons. So we'll get into that next time.